Goeiedag en hartlik welkom op hierdie onafhanklikheidsdag van Namibië by Agri Monitor. Ek is Elvira Hatting en soos gebruiklik kuier ek Dinsdag saam met julle in hierdie landbou program. Nou ja, omdat vandag onafhanklikheidsdag is, verskyn die gedrukte weergawe van Agri Monitor dan nou eers Woensdag, môre 22 Maart in ons 3 susterskoerante. In die gedrukte weergawe berig ons dan nou ook oor kelp blue Namibië wat kelpplase langs Lüderitz se kus wil vestig. Dan nou ook in vandag se nuussegment kyk ons dan nou na video's deur Lucy Hooft wat wys hoe hulle die eerste reusekelp plantjies dan nou langs Lüderitz gekweek het tydens hul loodsstudie. Nou ja, kelp blue Namibië is besig met 'n omgewingsklaringsaansoek en hulle hoop om dan nou uiteindelik groot kelpplase langs Lüderitz te vestig. In die nuussegment kyk ons dan nou ook na 'n video deur Wise wat wys dat hierdie tipe kelpplase eintlik baie voordelig vir die omgewing is en ook klimaatsverandering kan teenwerk. Uit inderdaad dan nou 'n opwindende ontwikkeling. Die toepassing van hierdie produk is dan nou ook word baie in landbou gebruik. Dit kan as voer benut word en dan nou ook as groeistimulante vir groentes en ander akkerbougewasse benut word. In vandag se Plaas Toe-segment kuier ons dan nou saam met Agribank op die plaas waar Erastus Ngaruka vir ons wys oor hoe aangeplante weiding jou dan nou kan help op die plaas. Dankie dat julle saam met ons kuier, bly ingeskakel.
Funding part of it and the risk aspects that are related to the potato production is also quite.
Hi babies, please be nice to us and grow well, eh?
Firefights here that we're going to be putting on our array this morning. These guys are not in perfect health. They're quite pale and green. They've been in the hatchery for too long, but it's a great opportunity to see if we can install properly. And if they do happen to grow, all the better. It just shows how resilient they are.
Our first farm. Look at it.
Nothing. Look at that. That is
Nothing. Nothing. Not even one. They're totally covered in green brown chunks.
Big macrocystis! Oh my gosh! There's big macrocystis! They are the size of my hand! That is incredible! It is macrocystis growing in Namibia!
Those macrocystis were put out a little over a month ago, and they're already a good 15 centimeters long. And I reckon in the next 2 to 3 months we're going to have some pretty big plants in a site that I didn't ever think would produce macrocystis.
Did you know You can buy a new or second-hand vehicle, such as light delivery vans, trailers, small trucks and tractors for agricultural use. The repayment period for these vehicles ranges between 5 and 10 years. Contact your nearest Agribank branch or visit our website at www.agribank.com.na for more information about this loan product. You can also visit us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and YouTube. Agribank, your all-season bank.
Agribank, Agribank, your all-season bank, your all-season bank.
The Agricultural Bank of Namibia's Agri Advisory Services Division offers training to farmers and bank clients in various farming enterprises in all 14 regions of Namibia through face-to-face sessions. The AgriLearn online platform will share production content on various agriculture farming enterprises to build the knowledge of farmers from all walks of life. Join us as we embark on this virtual journey towards sustainable farming, as we zoom into the basics of rangeland management.
Hi farmers, my name is Erastus Ngaruka. I'm the Technical Advisor for Livestock and Rangeland Management for Agribank's Advisory Services. So we are going to talk about cultivated pastures. So what is it basically? It's just the practice of growing your own pasture plants, which normally the most basic ones are the grasses that we have, and then also lucerne and some other feeds or plants that animals can use as feeding. All right. With cultivated pastures, we are focusing on the grass. So we have a variety of grasses. We have perennial grasses that are highly valuable in terms of grazing value. So these are the grasses that as a farmer, as part of your farm fodder flow planning, you need to also reintroduce them in your grazing areas. So you introduce them by planting them, by propagating them through the seeds. Okay, we have grasses like Sencres ciliaris, the blue buffalo. We have Schmidtia bapaphoroides, the Kalahari senquig. And then we have the wool grass, the Antephora pubescens. So those are the most common grasses that you can easily cultivate, including Brachyaria nicorpedata, the black-footed Brachyaria. Okay, so these grasses, as they grow, they reach a stage where they have to shed the seed or put on the seeds, and then they start throwing the seeds off or shedding the seeds. So that's the time that you can also collect these seeds for you to come and plant. So apart from that, you can also buy the seeds commercially. Shops like Agri and Agri Grow, they also sell these seeds commercially. So now the seeds that you collect yourself, you can cultivate them in your crop field, in your grazing area, or as part of your range seating. But you have to make sure that the seeds that you plant are well protected so that they grow without any disturbance in terms of grazing or trampling and so forth. All right, so how do you protect the seeds that you harvest yourself? So you easily have to mix them with cattle dung. You mix them with cattle dung, which is also manure or fertilizer, okay? And this is the dung that will also protect your seeds. It will give also some weight for your seed to settle on the ground. And again, also keeping some moisture in the seed, or keep the moisture, the seed in moisture condition, and protecting it from disturbances. All right. So as you are planting them, whether in your crop field or in your range or your grazing area, you just make balls or cakes like this with the seeds in. For example, if you had these seeds harvested from the grasses, basically you have to mix it in a bigger container where you have a lot of it that you can just make balls, and then these are the balls that you'll be throwing under the bush canopies. If you are, for example, cutting your bush or thinning out bush, the branches of the canopies, you leave them on the ground, but then you throw your cakes below there. But it's also better to first maybe make some small holes. Okay. Even use these rakes, just some small holes under at the spot where you want to plant them, and then throw them there, bury them, and then put the canopies over. Okay. The same here. When you are planting them in your crop field, you have to treat them like you are planting your flowers or whatever ornamental plants that you are planting, or your onions or whatever fruit that you grow. All right, so you do the same, drawing lines. It's better to plant them in lines because you want them to grow in order, so that at least when they are shedding the seeds, you are able to walk through and collect the seeds as well for replanting or either selling the seeds to other farmers and so forth. All right, so the seeds that you buy from the shop, like these ones, this is blue buffalo seeds. They are already treated, so they are treated with lime. It's also fertilizer, just to also enhance or to stimulate germination and to protect the seed and give some weight to the seed as well. So these ones you can just plant them directly in your rows. And then you cover them. You don't have to go very deep. You don't have to plant them more than 2.5 centimeters deep. So it is very important that you allow the grass that you have planted to produce seeds, because you want more seeds to replant in other areas or for the grass to increase its population. So after the grass has set seeds, that's the time that you can maybe have it harvested. And as an example, this is one bunch that was harvested from this area, and you can see you have your own feed for your animals. Alright, so here you don't have to spend money going to the shops to buy grass hay and so forth. You just cut your own and make your own hay, and you can process them, put them in your hammer mill, mix with other ingredients or with other forage resources like the pods. You can also mix them with lucerne and so forth, so that you have a mixture or a specific diet that you want. You can just mix yourself at home using the most common resources that you have around you. Alright, that's it. So as part of your farm fodder flow planning, this is as a farmer that you have to do to make sure that your livestock have food all the time, and mostly in the most difficult times, like during the dry season or during the drought period. It is very important that you allow your grass to establish. So, and it's very important that at least that grass should set seeds, should produce its own seeds. So, for example, as you can see, this is one of the seed heads. If you zoom closer, just like this. So at the end of the rainy season, or maybe when the grass starts to go into dormancy period, it dries up and then it withdraws the nutrients stored in the stump here, and then the seeds are dry and they have to be shed, just like these ones. If you zoom closely, then as the wind blows, they are just distributed like that. And that's how you should also harvest them. You can just easily pull them off like this. When they are dry, they just come off easily, and you collect them in a plastic bag or in a bigger bag like that one, if there's plenty of that. And then those are the seeds that you can mix with the dung, because as you can see, they are very light and loose, so they can easily be blown by the wind. So it's better to protect them with the dung. And also the dung is moist, or probably it will also give it some moisture, and also protect it while it's buried underground, because it's moist and it's covered. So with disturbances, it will be minimal if the seeds is protected in this one. Alright, even take a comparison. These are the treated seeds, same grass, blue buffalo grass. This one is the same here. So these seeds were collected and treated commercially, so they are sold commercially. So yourself, you can collect your own seeds where you find these grasses, the good grasses, the Synchra ciliaris, the Antephora or the Schmidtia, and then you come and do your own treatment, just using the most basic thing, the dung from your kraal. Okay, so this is part of farm fodder flow planning. Make sure that you protect their seeds and they grow in the area that you want them to grow. Okay, even if you have to go reseed them in your rangeland, in your grazing area, you also have to mix them with the dung, so that they are retained or they remain where you planted them. And you always have to protect them using the bush canopies. So I'll show you that one soon. So please, you can also use animals to help you distribute the seeds. They can graze, you can allow them to graze the area. And then through the dung, as they are now defecating, they are also distributing the seeds for you, which can grow at some time. or you can harvest them and also mix them with animal feeds. So as they are consuming, again, they will distribute it through the dung when they are busy foraging in your grazing area. So those are some of the methods or some of the ways that you can use to make sure that you have good distribution of your seeds in your grazing area.
That's it for now. Join us next time for more valuable insights. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to avoid missing out on new content. Also, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages for more content.
Van dese week se veilings. Op 22 Maart hou Agra veiling op Grootfontein. Op 23 Maart is Agra met veilings in Windhoek en op Keetmanshoop, Blouberg op Otjiwarongo, Karoo Oes op Witvlei en Namboer met die jaarlikse pluimvee veiling by Marua in Windhoek. Op 24 Maart is Agra met veilings op Mariental en Otjiwarongo, Blouberg met 'n kleinveeveiling op Grootfontein, Namboer met 'n losgoedveiling by Marua Mall, die NLA met Omega Meatmaster en Consortium Meatmaster veilings op Stampriet en die WLA met 'n grootveeveiling op Gobabis. Van dese week se landboudagboek lyk dan soos volg. Inligtingsdae oor herlewingslandbou word op Grootfontein en Otjiwarongo gehou. Op 28 Maart word dit op Dawie Kok se plaas Blystroom in die Noerogas omgewing by Grootfontein aangebied en op 30 Maart op Koos Briedenham se plaas Buffelhoek by Otjiwarongo. Registrasies dan nou by rina@nau.com.na. Op 4 en 5 April hou die Akkerbou Produsente Vereniging hul jaarlikse ledevergadering en inligtingsdag op die plaas Venus in die Grootfontein omgewing. Die tema vir hierdie jaar is alternatiewe gewasse met 'n spesiale fokus op sonneblomme. Nou vir meer inligting kan Bertha Ijambo by die NLI gekontak word op 061 237 838 of by research@nau.com.na. Ons kyk dan nou ook na vleispryse vir die week van 13 Maart. Slagpryse redelik onveranderd. Al vir 'n hele rukkie, 'n meatcow betaal in Windhoek vir die grade A, AB en B tussen $61 en $62.50 per kilogram. Beefcourse pryse dan ook onveranderd vir dieselfde grade tussen $62 Namibiese dollar en $64 Namibiese dollar per kilogram. In die noordelike kommunale gebied betaal 'n meatcow, dis nou op Katima Molilo, tussen $30 en $43.13 per kilogram. C-grade betaal meatcow in Windhoek $60, beefcore betaal tussen $62 en $64 per kilogram en in die noordelike kommunale gebied betaal meatcow vir die C-grade tussen $28 en $41.13 per kilogram. Veilingpryse inderdaad nie goeie nuus nie, alle pryse oorwegend weer eens 'n bietjie afwaarts. Dit is nou met uitsondering van slagskape en koeie met kalwers wat 'n bietjie beter prys die afgelope week op veilings behaal het. Tollies dan nou af op $32.32 per kilogram, verse $29.08, stoorverse $26.61, stoorosse $28.03, slagosse $29.03, slagverse $28.77, koeie maar tot vet tussen $20.88 liewer en $28.46 per kilogram. Slagbulle dan nou $25.65 per kilogram. Koeie met kalwe is 'n bietjie 'n beter prys op $13.630 per koei met haar kalf en dan nou slagskape ook 'n beter prys. $32.98 vir dorpers per kilogram en vetsterte $32 ook 98 sent dan per kilogram. Bokke wenens die prys ook 'n bietjie af soos die ander 1011 vir 'n bok. Dis dan nou vir van dese week se pryse. Ons sê vir julle baie dankie dat julle saam met ons gekuier het. Ons maak volgende week weer so, selfde tyd, selfde plek. Mooi loop.
Kletskompas is 'n Afrikaanse kontinuïteitsprogram met Namibiese nuus en onderhoude. Kletskompas streef om die hart van die Afrikaanssprekende gemeenskap te bereik. Nuwe episodes van die program word elke weekdag op NTV, oneup2.com en op Republikein se Facebook-platform uitgesaai. Kletskompas fokus op nuus, onderhoude, lesersfoto's en die sportprent. Vir enige nuusverwante navrae of advertensiebenodigdhede, kontak klets@synergy.com.na.
Baie dankie vir vandag se saamkuier. Onthou volgende week selfde tyd, selfde plek, maak ons weer so. Boer vooruit.